Disaster preparedness is why the Get Out of Dodge report was created. The report, Get Out of Dodge, was created to cover everything you need to know about disaster preparedness and covers a variety of different types of disasters that people continually suffer from. Being prepared often means the difference in life or death during a disaster or crisis situation. Disaster preparedness lowers a person's risk during a disaster and ups their chance of survival. The following disasters are covered in depth in the Get Out of Dodge report, along with many others, so download your copy today. Specific steps that need to be followed for emergency preparedness are given in great detail, along with checklists to follow for easy survival preparation. Hurricane Katrina struck swiftly and suddenly during the storm season of 2005. It was the sixth strongest hurricane ever recorded in the United States and caused the deaths of over 1,800 people. This devastating storm reminded the country of the powerful and devastating impact that nature can impose on modern society. The majority of the damage was done in the greater New Orleans area. Massive floods engulfed parts of the city, forcing people from their homes into the flooded rivers that used to be lazy neighborhood streets. Over 26,000 people were forced into temporary residence at the local football stadium, the Superdome. The Los Angeles riots of 1992 shocked the nation and reminded us that we do not need nature to create a disaster. Sometimes our neighbors and fellow citizens can do that by themselves. Sometimes humans are capable of doing far more damage than any natural disaster. A riot will require your endless vigilance and studious observation. There will be no weather report issuing warnings of an oncoming riot. Riots happen organically and spread like wildfire. Earthquakes are the result of sudden releases of energy in the Earth's crust, which create seismic waves. These waves shoot through the Earth's core, creating shaking and sometimes fracturing of the ground. As a result, anything which sits on the surface is in danger of falling apart or breaking. Luckily, earthquakes usually occur near major fault lines, such as the San Andreas Fault in California. This does not make them any less severe or destructive. It does, however, offer us the ability to prepare for their occurrence. Much like hurricanes, earthquakes tend to repeatedly occur in the same areas. The Texas Forest Service had a heck of a time in Bastrop County lately. Back in September of 2011, 36,000 acres went up in smoke and 1,645 homes burnt in total. Over 25,000 acres and 500 homes burned in just over 24 hours after the start of the fire. Since wildfires spread quickly, it would be insane to try and fight one yourself. The best thing you can do if you see a wildfire brewing is to evacuate on the spot. These are just a few examples of why you have to be prepared in case of a disaster, emergency, or crisis situation. Learning about emergency water purification is also a key element of surviving a disaster, because potable water is typically the first thing you do not have access to in a disaster situation. Being prepared with your own personal emergency water filtration can mean the difference in survival. Download your copy of Disaster Preparedness, Get Out of Dodge report before disaster strikes. www.bugoutreport.com